Hello, lovely people. Oh, here we go. Happy Friday, the 23rd of September. I'm going to turn this down. And yeah, I'm just here. I thought I'd pull some cards. It's been a little while since last time. I got a few moments here. So if you would like a card or two pulled, feel free to let me know. I should probably share this in the group. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do that. Obviously, you follow me on YouTube if you're here. But Instagram, I post quite a bit of different things there. Sometimes it might be of help to what you might be going through in your life. So yeah, just that invitation, deep_mind_squared, if that is something that interests you. Lots of new opportunities coming up, but for today, just wanted to, come on here, pull some cards. So if you'd like a card, feel free to leave a comment, emoji, whatever. And I will have a few different decks here. But yeah, what's been going on for everyone? What's up, people? What is it in this like transition to fall that you've been experiencing? For myself, there's been this again, like I feel like it's all year, honestly. Which makes sense. 2022, the lovers. It's about like really coming into ourselves, coming into that self-love, the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. And what's happening right now, at least in my life, and what I'm seeing with a lot of folks is this transition of the letting go of the old. And it is very uncomfortable. Like this is really like the ultimate like period. And I was talking with someone that I've recently connected with and asked like, so any advice, anything you'd like to share based on like our conversation, anything you think that I might need to know right now? And I just kind of left it open to them, being that they seem pretty connected to a lot of things that aren't necessarily seen. And what came through was this idea of how for many folks right now, there does seem to be this stagnancy. And that there's like, she mentioned this like big event happening December 21st, which I thought was very fitting. Oh, hello, Turkish friend living in Ireland. Oh, let me pull you a card. Oh, is that who I think it is? Eski. Oh, wow, long time. I'll pull you a card if you'd like. Anyways, the stagnancy that seems to be coming up. Oh, wow, long time. How are you? Ooh. You know what's interesting too? I'm finding a lot of people from the past showing up into life. So there's this letting go of like the old, and it can be uncomfortable, but it's like we might have to kind of go through this transition for the next bit. And it makes sense as we shed the old and enter into the next year, 2023, the Chariot, which is going to be a huge transformative, like the movement forward. Oh, that's so cool. I was like, okay, I knew it was this card. Moonlighting. So I'll read you the cards as they come and I'll show you. So moonlighting, it says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. I like this image. I'll show you here. Moonlighting. And this can be hard, you know, I hear this all the time. I feel like I kind of did this a bit, but, you know, sometimes we just got to dive in as well. But if there is something that you're feeling the call as be to like, you know, make a transition into something else, and maybe it's like a startup of some form, trusting that that's okay to like take the time to do it. You really, you know, who can you pull in to support you as well with whatever it is you want to create? It doesn't need to have all the pieces in order right off the bat, but like with gradual time, it's going to happen. Weird how there's so many cards here. So we have the rabbit card. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. So I think of rabbit, I think of like the production. Sorry, I might even read your comments. That's interesting. I like that. Weirdly, I've been this. And I think, you know, a huge part of that, maybe, you know, a lot of people are feeling the call of like, let's get out of the old way of doing things. Let's get out of being told what to do and how to show up. It's like, how can you draw in creating what you want to create and being a sense of freedom, a sense of independence, which to me is like a rabbit. I don't know, it depends, I guess, where, but here, like the rabbits really are on their own. They go wherever they want, they do their thing, and they join together when it's needed, when there's going to be a benefit for, moving forward. So what can you do around that? There's another couple cards that turn, so I'm going to just share them both because for whatever reason. We got Firefly, and then we also have the Earthworm, and the yellow is really standing out. So there's something about maybe this confidence with the sacral or the solar plexus chakra, so kind of just above the belly button. This is a lot around, it can impact our mood, it can impact depression, and it can be a bit of a challenge that way. So, whatever might be happening for you that might be kind of hindering wanting to step into some of this stuff, that encouragement to trust everything is coming to you for a reason, first off, that there are probably these like guiding lights, that you also are a guiding light, but also there are people or things that are kind of maybe supporting you with like shining awareness onto things or guiding you on the path of what wants to be created. And with this Earthworm, I'm getting that sense of needing to like slow down and just be with it. And it's going to kind of unravel itself, whatever might be holding you from being in that state of real confidence. Yeah, we'll just ask the angels to clear whatever that might be, whatever is in that solar plexus space. It says, do you want to hide this? Okay, let me read what you're writing here. Sorry. I did decide this year to concentrate on me and what I really want to do, but it's been a bit of a work to try and start it. Yeah, and that usually is the case. It takes a lot. Like I'm finding right now, the thing that came, it's like last night I recognized I'm just like laying around. I was laying around on my bed and I had like all these things going through my head of what I needed to do. And then also this feeling of shame and guilt of like, how come I'm feeling so much overwhelm and not getting certain things done? Like I have so much stuff on my plate. And it was really eating me up. And I just was like, frick. And then I came across this, I YouTube like a video. I'm like, okay, something about overwhelm. There's something here I need to really understand. And then it was confirmed again this morning listening that for many people, based on what we want to bring into the world, we've had like different traumatic events happen in our lives that maybe it didn't feel safe to then show up with, in certain communities, certain workplaces, or with certain people. And that's okay. And then this also could tie into like past lives, if that's something you believe in, depending on what it is you want to bring into the world, that you could have been shunned for a variety of things. So it's like just letting that go and trusting that it's safe for you now, that you have a new awareness to go into it. And in terms of the overwhelm, I was listening to, what's her name? I don't remember. She's on Mel Robbins, I think is her name. And she was sharing a technique, and it is helpful, I think, where you basically write out everything on a piece of paper that's in your mind, everything, as much as you can, the things you feel like you need to do, whatever that might be around your business or your life, things, whatever. And then highlight 3 important pieces that you can take an actionable step towards. And that's like the most important thing for you right now, because most of those like items that might be written on paper are probably not even yours, not important, and so forth. So definitely would say there's something there. So encourage you to do that or give it a try. I think it was, I lost my mom last year. Oh, I'm sorry, Esty. I didn't know that. No, it's not too much info. Yeah. Yeah, sending you love with that. That's grieving, so like you're still possibly in the grieving process, and being with the place of being in the grief, allowing yourself that time. Like again, it's like, okay, I'm gonna tie these into that. Like what if your mom's that like firefly light shining forward and guiding you, and this earthworm comes out at certain times. Earthworms, I don't know if you have them where you live. I assume they might have them in Ireland, but It's like they come up out of the ground during rainstorms and then they go back in. And so there's something with these cycles that we can honor within any process of our life, but maybe even with right now. And it can seem slow and it can seem like you want to move ahead more. But this card says, when I lean toward love, I am led. So leaning towards that light, leaning towards the love. Ooh, got a lot of shine here. Sorry. There we go. And everything's backwards, isn't it? So what does it matter if you can read it? Anyways. Oh, you see them here, earthworms. Okay, interesting. I also was trying to recognize what I really want to do versus, oh. So I had a conversation with my mom just the other day because I basically left. That's interesting. I put my nursing practice on hold after 11 plus years of working and lots of money into schooling and all that stuff. And I felt this urge to talk to my mom about, like, what did you want to be when you grew up? Because I'm like, we've never had this conversation, and she's like, she's worked as a teacher / teacher's assistant, but she didn't have formal training back in Kuwait. Right. And she basically said, she's like, I don't really remember, but I think I wanted to be a nurse. And when she said that, I was like, no wonder I'm having so much resistance from her and my dad about wanting to step away from nursing and all that. It's like, because I was kind of living out her dream for her. Again, that was confirmed through some other things I've been reading recently. It's like, how many things are we doing that we've just repeated? And I see this with my kid too, where sometimes like the things I want her to do might be because I wanted to do them. So really having to check, what is it that we want personally? So yeah, I think with guidance, with time, you're going to receive that insights around that. And so I'll show you this last card. As it says, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So what about your changing jobs or stepping into something new is it that you might be fearful of? Can you write those fears down as well? It's better to acknowledge the fears, put them on paper, talk to someone you trust about whatever it could be, knowing that there's no shame in having the fears, but the fears are oftentimes the resistance of us wanting to move forward. And they can be from a wide range of things, like I was saying before. I always wanted to do theater. Yeah. And this is what's coming down to. It's like many of us are being called to go into what we loved as children. A lot of it being art and creativity, which is the state of beingness versus the doing active component. And so I invite you, what are some things you can start to implement where maybe it's signing up for improv or, auditioning for like a theater production company where you can still do what you want to do with your, still make money in your job at this point, if that's a thing that you would like to do, and explore the other piece and allowing balance of both. Because I think we need to kind of balance both. And whatever that balancing looks like for you, it might shift significantly. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Thanks for sharing all that and being here today. It's been like so freaking long. Let's see, I mean, you knew me from high school, so it's kind of funny. My parents came and they brought all these old pictures and different projects I'd done in high school and art class. And I was looking at them. I'm like, holy shit, like this stuff's actually pretty good. I've like told myself I'm not really an artist or anything. And my sister's like, well, I remember you, Fola, always enjoying doing art and all that. I'm like, really? Like, I don't recall. Like music, yes. Art, I don't know, but it's funny, in the last year or so, a lot of this is coming through again, and I've really been enjoying it. So inviting all that into your life, I think, will be helpful. And as I told a client the other day, it's like when we do that art, do the art, be the art, be creative, it starts to balance the ability for us to flow in our other areas of life, like work, something that's much more action or detail oriented. And it makes it easier because it just comes. We're like in this awesome balance. So see, I don't really think I was that artistic. So I just, that's so funny. But thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's connect. Are you on Instagram, Ezgi? I don't know. What's my Instagram? Deep underscore mind underscore squared. Deep mind squared, I think. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I don't see people apparently on there. So hi, Jessica. Oh, let me get you a card too. Cards. Okay. Let's do this thing, Jessica. Yeah, it's been a while. Let's do this first. Anyways, thanks, Esme. Yeah, maybe we'll connect. Just sending you lots of light. That path for you can be illuminated, and trust wherever you're going. Yeah, thanks. Jessica, what's new with you? Look at all you UK-ish folks. People in the UK. Oh, interesting. Oh, there's some blue here for you, Jessica. You have the sea serpent. Look at those images. And the camel. I mean, because you know me. Oh yeah, you take care, Esme. Thanks for tuning in. Jessica, you know me with the all the fun Kabbalah. Camel being the high priestess, Gimel 3. So whatever this transitioning is right now, this is like the part of this cycle that's happening. And I'm not sure if you are spending time by the sea, down by the sea. Water is definitely sticking out, probably because of the blue. That I think is going to be very beneficial. Have you ever connected with the sea serpent? Tarot Destroyer. I like you. If there's like an opportunity to be by the water, like connect with that sea serpent, isn't there like some Norse tradition or mythology rather about that? Anyways, so we have the honesty card. It says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So are you being honest with yourself? Let's show you the mandala because it's kind of hard to read. But this is a great sign that I have someone here kind of what's the word, trolling. That's a great sign, you guys. Maybe they like my background. It's pulling in. There's energy here. When we're doing work, then light work or whatever, different energies try to come in. So that's really curious to me. I feel appreciative. But yeah, what's that honesty that you can begin to be with yourself, Jessica, that maybe, and that's a hard one. I keep having to sit here with questions for myself around like, what do you call it? When we're making choices in our life, maybe it doesn't really feel like we're getting the results that we want. It's like we might have to reevaluate what's going on. So that can be a hard one to acknowledge, and we might want to like start to take all control of everything. I think this what's really coming through here is like this place of like contemplation for you to gain the answers that maybe you're seeking or the direction that you're seeking. During certain like practices, we can also call in that camel energy, like they will vibrate Gimel. And the reason we do that with like even the God name processes, because the letter Gimel is like the one letter that's not in any of the God names or the Shem workings. And it's like the one that helps us to traverse or move over the abyss, over the dark times, the challenges. So there's something about that I think can guide you to more truth or honesty for you. Oh, I guess Tarot Destroyer's commenting negative things to me, but it's not showing because they're being mean. But Never with the sea serpent, but I go to and connect with the sea when I'm not feeling. I tend to go at night. I wonder what would happen if you kind of did a guided process to that sea serpent. Because honestly, I can't recall, but there's something about that in Norse tradition as the one that kind of encompasses the entire earth. Is it not? Was it Loki's child even or something? Anyway, so this Angel of Abundance card says, God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there's no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. Did I pull this card? No. Did I pull this? Yeah, I pulled that one. Okay. Ooh, this one's a hard one. I think you and I both know have talked about this a little bit, especially when you're like living the thing. But I know you're doing what you need to put yourself out there. There's this song. It's like a rap song, and the chick basically says, in order to like increase your paycheck or whatever, like meditate. And so I wonder if it's true. I think being in that place of silence versus the thinking or feeling like we need to do things can really shift stuff, you know? And yeah, oh my God. I'm reevaluating. Okay, let's get you one of these cards. I feel like I'm all over the place for some reason. I'm thinking, yeah, so meditating maybe will also be supportive for you if you feel all over the place. I don't know if you heard what I wrote or said about the overwhelmed feeling. Okay, it's this one. That overwhelmed feeling. If you are finding you're feeling overwhelmed, writing out all the things on a piece of paper and then going into, whatever it might be, things you think you need to do or whatever, and then highlighting 3 of those things that you feel really pulled to complete or that need your attention, and getting those 3 things done. It doesn't need to be everything. And by putting it all out, the whole concept of this video, I was talking about Mel Robbins, I think is her name, is the fact that you get to then kind of brain dump everything. You get rid of everything that's on your mind onto this paper, and it kind of clears it. And maybe that's a practice to do before meditation, and then go into the actual meditation. And those 3 things that you have highlighted or like kind of marked as your 3 primary ones to look at, maybe then clarity comes around those concepts. So I say meditation, I think many times people think, just silent meditation, that is in a way, but I don't find it really silent. I find that energy is pulling or directing certain insights and awarenesses. And, I don't get hung up on what comes in. I just recognize, be with it, and then allow my attention to return to whatever my point of focus is. So this card we have here, energy flows where my intention goes. So there is something there about the importance of where you are focusing your time, your energy. And if you have so much stuff going on, I think it can be hard. And whatever might be going on financially, just in your situation, just again, trusting that everything is being provided to you by source. And that faith, that word faith is really sticking out. So maybe there's something there around that sea serpent. It's like it's seeing that. Hi, hey, Andrew, Drew, I think. Yeah. Or Andy. I think that's who you are. Hey, I can get a card for you after here. If you can imagine this Ouroboros, I can never say that word, holding up the earth. What is holding up this planet? What is holding us onto this planet right now? It's us having complete faith and trust that everything is working out, even though we can't see it. Maybe connecting Jessica with that sea serpent will help with that and building that trust. Yeah, there's something there. There's like a message there, man. And as Tarot Destroyer said, I'm telling you, setting you up for demon possession, which is totally what I'm doing because, that's the thing. But anyways, that makes sense. Okay, Drew. I don't know. I'm calling you Drew now, Andy. Okay, I have people messaging here. I'm gonna just. And I'm going to have to go soon, so it does have a ring to it. How are you? It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and tonight we have an integration circle at City and Soul, if anyone's interested. Lots of other things coming up in the next bit. If you are in like the Edmonton area, feel free to. Well, you got 2 cards here, Andy. Interesting. So we have obstacles and blocks are lifted. It says all your good personal work and positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You'll now experience progress and forward movement with your project. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. And then it says attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way. Oh, I hate that. Sorry. Because of fear's underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. Oh, you can see this. I'll just show you both. So that chasing thing, that's a hard one, because a lot of this comes from that place of abandonment, wound, not feeling loved or accepted. And so then it's like, and yeah, you're welcome, Jessica. And that can be like a huge challenge. I'm trying to think, I honestly, this chasing thing. So I feel as though it's like, that's a thing we want to heal. It's like, I don't want to feel like this. How do I get rid of it? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like about time. And it's about being in relationships or experiences where you are almost tested with that desire to hold on to something or cling, especially relationships are such a great teacher with that. And it says attracting, not chasing, but I want to also add to this, not clinging, where we can hold on to certain people in our life or certain opportunities with work and so forth. So it's like doing that, being in those experiences where maybe we want to hold on or cling or chase or whatever. When those opportunities are coming up, in order for you to move through it is to practice the opposite of what you're doing, which is holding, clinging, whatever. So breathe into like what's coming up and recognize it, because I'm sure, you're getting to the point where you recognize that if you haven't already, and just ask yourself, okay, what else can I be in this moment? What else does this person or thing need? What type of energy do they need from me at this time? And if we can start to shift that, then we're able to move our energy so that we respond differently. And then with time, I think it becomes easier. But that's honestly what I would say. Because I notice it in like my relationships and how it's shifted over time, where I would be very clingy. And sometimes I can still engage in that because it's like the fear of loss, the fear of abandonment or being hurt. Something that came up too was, that fear of pain, and then wanting to push away experiences too. And then we just keep ourselves stuck in, like on our own. It's easier to just be on our own so that we don't have to face love or be in love and avoid the risk of, being whatever, harmed or cheated or, having the pain of losing someone, because that's definitely a hard one. Anyways, we got the unicorn energy. So there's a lot of magic unfolding around you right now. And there's something here, I think, that can really be a support for you. If you allow that magic to unfold. So whatever might be going on for you right now, maybe there are like these experiences of this magic happening. But it's like, are you going to continue? Are you going to allow it? Or are you going to like come up with negative pieces of it? Or like, what's the word I want to use here? Like judgment, but like, like, oh, okay, that thing happened. That was a magical synchronicity or whatever. And it's like, oh no, that's just coincidence. Stop doing that. This card, attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation. Our mercy calls for help. That's interesting. Loneliness, negative perspective. So are you separating yourself right now? Are you being judgmental? Are you attacking, having fear, pain? Then what is it inside? What part of you wants help? What part of you wants support? Maybe you aren't feeling like you can ask for it at this point. So what can you do to ask for it? Let's see. There's a lot of, it's interesting, this bluish purple color here. So like indigo. Oh, crap. Well, there's a few, but we'll do surrender. I release my need to control and grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Can you surrender to the grief? And meditating that third eye, indigo space, you'll be able to see what needs to be seen. You're attacking yourself lately. Stop it. Why do you think you need to do that? Why do you have to induce the pain on yourself? So much easier said than done, I know. Is there anything else I need to say here? Anyways, whatever that energy is, just tuning into your solar plexus, because I feel a lot in that abdomen space. Just asking those angels and guides to like hold that healing for you. Just clearing whatever that might be. The tightness of needing to cling and hold on to, almost like a crunching kind of space or energy. Just clearing that. And just breathing that in. And whatever those stories are that you are repeating from parents that need to like attack self in order to, maintain that sense of like tightness or keeping yourself safe and like isolative. Just, you don't have to carry that anymore. Doesn't need to be your burden to carry. So all the way down to the root, just clearing that. Thank you, angels. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. So I'm just rambling on. Anyways, okay. Well, I appreciate people tuning in for this. And obviously, like I said, if there's anything you feel you need other support with, you can feel free to reach out. I see people for sessions online, in person. A lot of the work I do is with like plant medicines, the plant teachers, and the power they hold, because they do. Like, this was, I think, the things I was going through recently, the insights I had because of a plant journey that I did, that like really, it shakes the brain, it like moves things, and then we like start on this next kind of path. And I just think there's a lot of potential there to dive into a lot of these core wounds. But yeah, it's fun. But anyways, energy work, all that good stuff. I don't know. Cards are fun too. I don't really do that too much one-on-one, but I do it sometimes. It's in my own unconventional way. Oh, 33. That's fun. So I will let you all go and have a fabulous Friday. Yeah, you're welcome, Andy. Okay, bye.